Boom shakalaka, what is up guys? Randall here from Crypto Love, and this episode I want to talk to you about making $146,000 in 6 hours. Whoa! But before I do that, just want to say thank you to everyone subscribing, thank you to everyone mashing on that like button, and guys, in case you want to find out how to win a free Ledger Nano S, stay tuned. Now, for those of you who pay attention to the channel, who watch the channel once in a while, you probably know this weekend I was at the North American Bitcoin Conference. Very awesome conference, met a whole bunch of people. I'm going to review that in one of the upcoming episodes. But at the end of the first day of meetings and everything, there was a presentation given by Harry Ye of Binary Financial. Okay, so they're an investment management company focused on providing superior returns for its clients, partners, digital asset specialists. No, I'm not promoting for them. I just wanted you to know who they are. They have a website too, okay? Cool. But basically what he did, he talked about how he made $146,000 in 6 minutes. That's freaking nuts. And I'm going to share with you exactly how he did it, so you can go ahead and do the same thing too if you want to, because I mean, heck, you do that in 6 minutes. How many times do you have 6 minutes in a day? A lot of times. You could just make an absolute killing, right? But here's what he does. All right. He is focused on trading high liquidity cryptocurrencies. And you might be saying, how do we know what those things are? Well, you go to CoinMarketCap and you click on the volume button that tells you the amount of volume happening in 24 hours. Well, if you go and take a look at that, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, EOS, Bcash, also Litecoin, Ethereum Classic. So these are the high liquidity ones, meaning there's a lot of trading going on. They're very easily accessible. Because there's so much trading, price fluctuations can happen, and you can end up profiting from those price fluctuations. And how specifically does he profit? Well, he waits for awesome news. I'm sure he does other stuff too. I mean, he talked about arbitrage and all these other things, but he waits for awesome news from China. Like all this China FUD, when everybody thinks the sky is falling, they panic sell, they just go crazy. He waits for this, and then he waits for one of his favorite patterns, which I'll tell you in a second, and starts using that to start making money. Now, this is a funny little meme thing because he spent the last few years building up a resistance to China Bitcoin FUD. Because yeah, every time there's China FUD, that's like the best time to buy. As such happened a couple days ago when Bitcoin dropped to 9,000. Now it's all the way back up to 12,000 again. Basically, China FUD, price drops, excellent opportunity to buy. Now, what pattern does he look for specifically? He looks for what's called a dead cat bounce. All right. Now, there's a saying that even a dead cat will bounce if it falls fast enough, hard enough, and long enough. And, you know, being a former veterinarian, I got to say that's true. And a physicist. I mean, it's kind of a mix of both things I did because we studied like stuff bouncing, dynamics, and then I know about cats, so yeah, even a dead cat will bounce even if it falls fast enough, hard enough, and long enough. Go figure. But what does the pattern look like? I mean, basically it looks like this. Boing. Also looks like this. Boing, right? It's just like a dead cat bounce. If it falls fast enough and hard enough, boing, it bounces a little bit, and that's called a dead cat bounce. Now, if we take a look at that recently, we had a couple dead cat bounces, okay? So Bitcoin hits 20,000, falls fast and hard, boing, bounces up a little bit, another one, boing, and then down here we had the China FUD. Oh, look at how fast and hard that one fell, and then boing, another dead cat bounce. They're bouncing all over the place. It's raining cats and dogs, and the dead cats are just bouncing, 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 bouncing. Now, so how do you profit from that? Well, first thing, you look for China FUD, because if there's something that causes the price to drop significantly, eventually there's going to be a bounce back. You're going to see a little bit of bounce. That's normal market movement where it just has these mild corrections. Now it's officially termed a dead cat bounce, like you see here, where it bounce and then it actually falls down below the original low there. All right, so that would be boing, boing. That would be a true dead cat bounce. This one has yet to be a true dead cat bounce because it hasn't fallen below this low here, but it could happen. And I just want to note, for those of you who do look at charts, this is nice. We're seeing some support at the 100-day moving average. I mean, it broke through the 50-day. We're seeing support at the 100-day moving average. We've seen this a few times before with the altcoin bubbles of previous times, May and September. So, you know, that's just nice to look at. But more about dead cat bounces because, you know, you want to be able to make this $146,000 in 6 minutes. My goodness, right? Oh yeah, it should be mentioned that he was trading with like 140 Bitcoin. So if you have 140 Bitcoin laying around to trade with, you too can make that type of massive gains. But guys, with a dead cat bounce, this is something that short-term traders may attempt to profit from the small rally because the price is dropping significantly and we see a little correction. They want to profit from that. So people who are short-term traders can potentially profit from that. However, guys, the dead cat bounce is a price pattern that is usually identified in hindsight, looking back on it. Oftentimes it's hard to see when it actually happens. But that being said, even though it's a difficult pattern, even though all that stuff, he did have some very cool things that he shared in terms of his trading recommendations. And so I wanted to share those with you because they are good general overall trading recommendations for everyone to know in case you want to make $146,000 in 6 minutes. All right. So first thing, he says cut your losses early. Amazing. Guys, most traders, the majority of traders cut their gains and let their losses ride. And that is the exact opposite thing of what you want to do. Because when you start losing money, it's better to just get out early. I mean, if it's a bad choice, you might as well just move on with it early while you still have some money left. And this is one of the reasons that I talk so much about setting stop losses, because this automatically lets you get out of a bad position. And, you know, sometimes you may miss some winners. It happens. But you get out of your losers really early and you don't have to ride it all the way down. So cut your losses early. Next one, he says, let winners ride. So most people want to cash out of their profits. And, you know, it's not a bad idea if you're going to, you know, cash out a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here. So like generally when one of my cryptos that I hold doubles, I'll cash out half of it. That way I'm in for free. And then if it continues rising, I can continue cashing out. But if you just want to let them ride until, and another thing you can do is set a trailing stop loss. So like when it starts going up, just every hour, just set a trailing stop loss. That way you can ride the profits up. And once it starts coming down, then you get out of the position. That's a great way to let your winners ride. All right. Another thing he says is to capture profits, because honestly, it doesn't matter how much money you make if you don't kind of keep it. So that's one reason that I use Bitcoin as a store of value and basically transfer profits into Bitcoin to hold there, because over the long term, Bitcoin is going up. Everything else generally trends down. But these things may change in the future. I don't exactly know. We have very low Bitcoin dominance. A lot of people don't think Bitcoin is great anymore. I don't know. I'm just going from past science, mathematics, all that stuff. But I use Bitcoin to store my wealth, and then I trade for gains, and I hold the profits from those trades in Bitcoin, and it's just back and forth into Bitcoin altcoins. Okay, so that's how I do it. The next point is one that he said that it was very, very useful. So he said, learn to go against your emotions. All right. Now he has, as a trader, he's learned to identify his emotions. Like for instance, the fear of FUD. He identifies that emotion and he realizes that's the time to buy. Every time he feels that emotion, which is the emotion that says sell, get the hell out now, that's when he buys. He just recognized the emotion and he recognized that the best trading strategy at that time is to buy. And so he just says, identify emotion, buy. Identify emotion, buy. Okay? Same thing with when there's all the hype. Like, you know, when Purge was mooning or when Ripple was mooning or whatever was happening, all that hype, everything's saying, oh, buy, I should buy it now. That's not the time. You recognize an emotion says buy it now before it goes to the even higher moon. No, that's the moment you say sell. So if you have some, you sell. If you don't have any, you just let it go. All right. So learning to recognize those emotions, learning which trading strategies work best with those emotions. And then he says trade the high liquidity cryptos because you see more volatility. They're easier to get into and out of positions. Now, guys, this being said, I did meet some very, very wealthy people at this conference. And I like to talk with them because I can learn things from them. So, first thing is just, you know, trading isn't the best strategy for winning. Traders win when markets are going up. When markets are going sideways or down, traders lose. You don't hear about any super, super wealthy traders. You hear about super wealthy investors, not traders. That's why there's a saying 90% of day traders lose. because they do. I mean, all traders start with the dream to get rich quick. Only 40% trade after 1 month. 80% quit within the first 2 years. And we see this in cryptos too. Most people are out of crypto within a few months, okay? They just trade, they buy at the hype, they sell at the lowest, and they're out. Only 7% remain after 5 years. And really, it's 1% of traders who can actually profit after removing the net of fees and everything that are charged. So it's very, very difficult to be a successful trader, especially over the long term, especially when markets aren't going continually up. Now in cryptocurrencies, we've seen a lot of people make money because cryptocurrency markets are going continually up. And they probably will do this for a while, so it makes trading seem very lucrative. It's also like gambling. I mean, that gets the same dopamine drip as alcohol addiction, all right? As social media addiction. That's the same exact dopamine drip in your brain. It's an addiction, but it feels good. That's hence the addiction. Now, if we take a look at this, so trading doesn't work well. Let's look at some of the world's richest people, okay? Warren Buffett, George Soros, Carl Icahn. They did not get there from trading. They may have profited from other people trading, taking those fees, but they themselves did not get there from trading. They invested in things of value. And that is one way that you can make a lot of money in cryptocurrency. Finding things that are valuable, investing in them, finding out about them before other people. Even if we look at the world's richest Bitcoin people, all right? They did not get there through trading either. They held Bitcoin. They held other cryptocurrencies. They did not trade them. The traders are the people who end up losing. So you can make some money in a short period of time, but over a long term, you really don't. And the reason you don't hear about this is because every trader is going to talk about their best trades they make. When they lose the money, they never talk about it. All right. So guys, I spoke with some very wealthy people there, and I asked them, I was like, well, what about trading? What about investing? And they're like, listen, the wealthiest people get there by investing. They don't get there trading. So I just want to share that with you guys, because even though everybody wants the $146,000 in 6 minutes, and it is possible for the majority of people, trading doesn't work. All right. So guys, if you want any more training in cryptocurrency, like specifically how to find these valuable cryptos, how to get involved with them, head over to crypto-love.com/training. You can check out there. We have a whole bunch of courses for people getting started in Bitcoin, people who want to learn more about trading, who want to learn about ICOs, all types of stuff like that. Also, this coming Sunday, we have a tax webinar. So those of you who have been trading and you want to know what you have to do for taxes, come sign up for that webinar there at crypto-love.com/training. Then for you guys who stuck around just for the Ledger Nano S, totally cool. You can just go to crypto-love.com/ledger. You can enter to win there. I give one away every Tuesday at our late night live stream. And lastly, guys, for you guys who just hung around just to hear my voice, thank you so much. It was awesome meeting all of you at the North American Bitcoin Conference. So fun. We had an awesome time together. I'm looking forward to all the future conferences that I go to, running into all you guys, having a great time. So thank you guys so much for subscribing. If you haven't, please click on that subscribe button, mash on that like button, and I will see you guys next time. All right? Peace.